All right, quick little recap before we dive in. Video 1 was all about buyers. We gave you 2 separate scripts to respond to your buyer leads to get a reply and hopefully to generate an appointment. Video 2 was about our sellers and about the seller leads that you're receiving. And we talked about how to reply to those seller leads initially, but we even took that a little bit further and talked about the pre and the post videos. Video 3, we're going to pick up where video 1 left off, because we all know you don't always get that reply. No matter how good your response is, it's not going to happen every single time. And the best salespeople know you need to continue to push, continue to ask. But I know what a lot of you are thinking right now. Steve, I hate pushing people. I don't like being that pushy agent. Well, don't worry. What you're going to learn here in video 3 is you're going to learn how to show empathy throughout a 3-part follow-up where you're going to have no problem sending out these emails because you're going to understand where that client is. It's going to be totally different than anything else that you have seen before. And that's where the transformation comes in, because if you follow these steps, if you took what you learned in video 1, video 2, and finally in video 3, you will have a process that works. And that's what you told us that you wanted in our surveys. You wanted a process for lead conversion. That's exactly what this is. This is proven to work. You're going to get more replies and responses. All right, so you remember Jeff? I don't know how you couldn't remember Jeff because we used him in every video, but let's go back to Jeff in video 1. Buyer Jeff. He was requesting information on a specific property. He didn't leave us his phone number. We sent out video email number 1 already requesting an appointment. So this is done. Check. However, we know that Jeff opened that email, he played that video, but he didn't respond to us. Uh-oh, what do we do now? Well, that's when we move into video 2. And not everyone in this series is going to be a video email, but we'll get to that. And in video email number 2, you're going to follow the same process. If you notice, there's a formula to this, and the formula is simply show empathy, provide value with your call to action. So think about this. What could we do to show empathy that Jeff didn't take our appointment? Could we bring that up in the video? Could we say, hey Jeff, I realize you might not be ready to meet with me in person. However, I still have some great information that I think you're going to want to know about 1621 Spruce Street. And then you go in for the call to action. The call to action here isn't going to be for an appointment. Jeff already said no. His lack of response was a no. So now we're going to dial it down a step. And the call to action is going to be, let's hop on the phone. So let's go to the computer right now. I'm going to show you how we can do this in BombBomb, send it out quickly, and try to get a response, the second step of this process. All right, we're sitting at the computer again, ready to follow up with Jeff. This would be day 2. Remember, he didn't respond to us. So I'm going to go right into my BombBomb system. I'm going to go to the send button like we did before, follow the same process like we did before here too, starting with the subject line. And our subject line here will be more details, comma, Jeff. So we're going to use his name in the subject line. Then we're going to copy and paste the text. And remember, you're going to get the text in the download here. And we're going to paste that in. Yesterday you reached out to me about, remember, you got to type in the property address. And in this case, it was 1621 Spruce Street. Do you have time for a call this afternoon so I can elaborate a bit more? My contact information is below. I look forward to our conversation. So now we have our text ready to go, and we're ready to record our video. Remember, at this point in time, what you're thinking here is empathy, value, call to action. Here's how it might sound. Hi Jeff, Steve Passanelli with XYZ Realty. I sent you a video email yesterday requesting an appointment and you didn't respond. And I was just wondering, is it because you're too early in the process and you're not ready to meet in person yet? If so, that's totally okay. I still have some details that I would love to share with you over the phone so you can learn more about 1621 Spruce Street. So if you have some time this afternoon, please feel free to give me a call using the details below or respond to this email with your phone number and we can get in touch. It'll just be a quick call. Jeff, I hope you're having a great day and I will talk to you soon. So I just recorded my video. It's saving that video if you remember, what do we need to do now? We need to do our custom thumbnail. So in this case, we're using Jeff's name in the subject line. And so because Jeff's name in the name is in the subject line, we want to use the property details or the street address here on the whiteboard, just so we're covering all of our bases. So I'm going to move my cursor to the thumbnail button, hold it up, smile. And now we have a great thumbnail, we have a great text message. We're going to send out that email in the subject line. I would of course type in Jeff's email address on the top of the screen here, click the send button, and we are good to go, ready to track this email. All right, video email number 2. Check, it's out. But do we wait and do we sit by and just wait for Jeff to give us a response? No, we're going to be proactive here in this part of the series. We sent out that video email, we asked for the phone call, but here's what I want you to do. And you can do this, you don't even have to do this from BombBomb, you can do this from your own email program. I want you to send out a purely text. I'm putting it over here because it's a little subset of this initial email. So this will be a text email with the point of reinforcing the phone call. And I want you to send out this text email a half hour, it could be 45 minutes, even up to an hour if you want afterwards, or even better, remember, BombBomb's going to give you the information you need to know when to contact these people, and that information is a push notification. So if you see that Jeff, you sent out this video email, 15 minutes later Jeff is watching your video email, what I want you to do is send this text email out immediately. And it's a basic text email that says, remember in the video email we talked about scheduling a phone call for the afternoon? This text email says, I had a change in my schedule and my calendar opened up. I'm available to chat right now for a quick call. And actually the text is a little bit different than that, but I want you to go to the downloads, click the download button, download the text, because our subject line for this one is really, really nice. So make sure you download that and you get the text-based email. You can copy it somewhere, have it saved and ready to go. But the key is you're being proactive. When they're viewing this information, you're sending out this text email, and it's all about modality, right? They're thinking about real estate, they're looking at you on the screen, they're still mulling over that you have information that they don't know yet. This can be the mental trigger that drives them to give you that phone call, to get them on the call, build that rapport, and see where they are in the process. Now, this is an extremely powerful 1-2 punch that we've seen works really, really well. So chances are you're done this process right now because you got Jeff on the phone. But we want to do a worst case scenario, and worst case scenario is Jeff still didn't get back to you. Well, Steve, am I supposed to send another email, or am I going to be bothering? Jeff? No. Again, we're going to use that formula that we talked about before of showing empathy, then providing value, and then our call to action. And so after we send out this text-based email, we'll check that one off there too. We're going to send a video email again, and I want to recap something here. So we send a video email again. Remember, this is day 1 as soon as you get the lead, day 1. This is day 2. This is also day 2. So 2 messages going out on day 2. And then this final one here is day 3. So day 3, we sent Jeff a number of different pieces of communication. He hasn't gotten back to us. So finally, we're not going to get him on a phone call right now. We didn't schedule the appointment. Let's just try to get a response from Jeff over email. We still have some great information there for Jeff. So let's acknowledge that. Hey Jeff, I haven't heard from you, but I just wanted to send you some details over email. And what you're going to do there to provide value is you're going to think of something that Jeff wouldn't know. Jeff can't find online, like we talked about way back in video 1, but you're actually going to give Jeff that information. You're going to give Jeff a piece of the care, a piece of your knowledge and insight on this video, and then for the call to action, you're simply going to ask for a response. Hey Jeff, I don't want to bother you, so if you don't find this information useful, that's okay, just let me know. But if you want to learn more, just reply to this email. So throughout this entire process, the call to action here on the bottom is, heck, just reply to me. I'm trying, I'm doing my best. And they're going to see that, and they're going to know that's not automated because you're getting face-to-face with them. And as I said before, you're not going to get to this point very often if you use this process. I think it can change your lead conversion business if you truly think about who you're emailing, why you're emailing them, and where they are in the process. Because this entire process shows empathy, but it also shows sales skills. And you are going for the close, and you're doing it in the best way possible. So let's jump to the computer. Let's send out this last email in the series, and I'll show you how it works. All right, so we're sitting at the computer here, but before we the drill, go through the steps on BombBomb, I just want to talk about this process, because here's a point in our follow-up system where everyone's steps are going to be probably a little bit different. It's going to be based on the property that the person inquired upon. As we mentioned before, you want to provide some type of value. We've been talking about that value throughout these videos, but now you're actually going to give that value. And whether it be more information about HOA fees or property taxes or insider knowledge there, or if the home's a good value, you're all going to have a different script. So I'm going to pretend like this home is a good value. You could actually use this script for a home that you thought maybe wasn't such a good value, and talk to it in a similar manner, just to give you an idea of how to proceed. But I'll also give you an alternative subject line that you can use that's kind of generic here too. But I just wanted to set that stage there, because this is the trickiest part of the email process and the conversion process right here, just because everyone's going to be in a different place. So let me go into my BombBomb here. I'm going to click the send button. You guys know the drill, of course. We're going to come up with a subject line here, and for my subject line I have, is 1621 Spruce a good value? So I can go in and I can copy and paste that in, and of course you can use that if the home is a good value, or maybe you don't think it's a good value. But this is definitely an intriguing subject line, because that person, anyone that's buying a home, never wants to overpay. So again, showing that empathy, thinking about what that buyer might be thinking of. No one wants to overpay for a property, so they're going to be interested in this if this is applicable to your scenario. But if this isn't, you could use something like, what's special about 1621 Spruce, and that can be your subject line, a little bit more generic, and then you can go in with your item of value in your video. Going back here, we're just going to copy and paste a quick message. Watch the video above to find out where the value is for the home you're interested in. No longer interested? Just reply and let me know. And I think maybe some of you might cringe when you read that text underneath, like, why are we being so negative? Why are we saying, if you're no longer interested, isn't that a bad thing to say? Well, there's actually a ton of studies out there that show that if you give someone the option of saying no, they are more likely to say yes. People don't like to be pushed or sold into something. They like to feel that they're making their own decisions. So actually providing an out will increase your chances of getting that yes. So this is a great thing to say. Again, showing empathy in the text. Hey, no longer interested. I understand. Just reply and let me know. We're trying to get an email response here. Of course, we can still get that phone response, or hopefully, which would lead to a meeting. But no matter how they want to communicate, text, email, or a phone call, we're just trying to generate that response. So let's record a video and see how this might be done. Hi Jeff, Steve Passanelli, XYZ Realty. I just wanted to reach out because I know you requested information on 1621 Spruce Street, and I actually wanted just to provide you some details on that property. You were on Realtor.com, that's where I got your information from, and Realtor.com is a great place to search for listings, but it's not going to tell you anything about that home's value. Is it a good buy? And I do have some detailed information about that, because truly I think that 1621 Spruce Street is an amazing buy. It's on a nice plot, and it has a lot of upgrades that other homes in that area just simply didn't have, and sold for a fair price. So I actually think that 1621 Spruce Street is an incredible value. I have more information, of course, that I'd like to share with you, but I don't want to bother you. So if you don't want me to send you any more emails, that's okay. But if you want to connect in any way, remember, no matter where you are in the process, I'm here to help you. So please, Jeff, let me know at your earliest convenience. I hope you're having a great day, and hopefully we can connect soon. Thanks. So I just recorded my video. BombBomb saves it instantly. It's encoding it. We know that Jeff's going to receive that video. We're still going to get the responses if he opens up this email and plays the video here, of course. Now's the time that we usually do the thumbnail on the whiteboard. Don't have to do it every time. I think we mentioned that in the seller video here too. You know, we really don't have to do the whiteboard every single time. This is a case where I probably wouldn't do it. I would just let your face speak for itself. Have a genuine smile on your face. Seem like you're warm and inviting, and convey that in the photo. Pictures are extremely powerful, so let them see that you're genuine in a simple photo. So go to your thumbnail button. That's not the best thumbnail right now, so let's change that up. Go to your thumbnail button, have a smile, and there we go. Now we have a nice custom thumbnail that we can use. We're going to type in Jeff's email address, hit the send button, and we are good to go. And that is our follow-up process. All right, we can check off the last box. We sent out the last video email. Now, of course, this entire process is based on a very specific scenario, and we know that doesn't always happen in real estate. You might not get this exact scenario, but what I do want to point out, the principles that you learn throughout this video series can be applicable to the process that you're already using. Pick and choose some of these items, but just remember the same formula that we told you. Empathy, providing the value, and then the call to action at the end, and you can make this work with any type of lead that you receive on a daily basis.